Are you ready for today? Are you ready for this? Today's topic, you get to swipe my strategy. I'm going to break down a strategy that has made me millions of dollars. I'm going to show you how I get my clients results like $107,000 in sales in a few short weeks, $100,000 in sales in a weekend, and how you can use this too. What I want you to understand is that this strategy requires guts. It requires cojones. It requires ovaries. Yeah, I'm on one today. So today, in order for you to get big results fast, you must simplify. In order for you to get big results fast, you must simplify. I'm showing you over these 4 days that to get big results doesn't have to be complicated. Those emails work and get responses. Why? Because it was stupid simple. No story, no complex structure, just get straight to the point. Do you want to talk? It doesn't have to be complicated. Simple emails is what we used. Simple emails. Often we don't email or reach out to people or even do our regular marketing because we're thinking it has to be complicated. The strategy has to have all these extra steps to it instead of just following the straight line to, hey, do you want to jump on a call? Hey, I have a program. Do you want to buy it? Right? What I love, what's in my wheelhouse is simple business models. Simple business models that make big money are my specialty. And while we don't have the time to go through my whole philosophy on this, today, I'm going to give you 2 very important pieces that will make you big money, right? For me, big money is hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's millions. It's 5 and 6 figure months. It's multiple 6 figures in a month. That's big money for me. My business model is so stupid simple that it's crazy. It's so simple. It's very simple. And listen, I celebrated $1 million month this year. I want you to experience the same thing. I've watched more Netflix in this past year than I have my entire life, my entire business career. And this has been my most profitable year yet because my business has been simple. It's been simple, predictable, and focused. So the 2 strategies that I want to give you today are these. Write these down. Get results and focus. Get results and focus. Get results, focus. Create results for people and focus. Okay, I think I said that enough times. I see people spend so much time on the marketing, the YouTube videos, the getting people into their programs, and then the back end and the delivery of their program sucks. So what happens is when your delivery sucks and you can't help people get a result, you can't get more clients. As you can tell from the news feed inside of the group and the check-ins, my clients who are already paying me at the highest levels, they're still doing this challenge with me because this stuff works. And then they want to see the mechanics behind it. They want to see how going through this at the different version of themselves looks, right? They want to see the behind the scenes. And here's the deal. They're checking in and they're doing commercials in their videos and I haven't even asked them for them. Why? Because I focus on them. I focus on delivery and results because that is what creates more clients. Not the new marketing, not the new platform that you got to go learn so that you can reach more people. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this again. I celebrated $1 million month and I crossed $1 million in my business with a very small committed audience, a very small list. People would tell you there's no way I could have done what I did because this works. This is the important piece of the puzzle. Not the new marketing, not the new platform you're going to be on. It's actually having freaking processes and programs that work, not just delivering information to people. So you want to create results and you want to have super laser focus. So let's start with focus. A focused business model can rapidly accelerate your results and compound the effectiveness of your efforts. Other people will teach you to have several different programs to launch this and launch that and do so many launches a year. That's not what I teach. I teach the power of one. I believe in one framework, one methodology or your one way of getting the result with different levels of access to you. That's it. You're going to do the same thing over and over again. And the way people get access to you expands at each level. We call this your power offer. Okay. Most business mentors would teach you an ascension model. So sell the $9.97 thing and upsell the $19.97. And even now they're doing tiny offers for $47. Can I tell you guys that one has you hoodwinked a lot? Most of the people who do those with any moniker of success, they're not really using those to find paying clients, high paying clients. They're using them for their advertising spend. That's a whole nother story. I don't even want to get into that. Let me go back to this because I'll go off on an entirely different tangent. So most people teach you this ascension model that says if they buy the $9.97 thing and the $19.97 thing, eventually they'll get to the $30K or the $50K thing. There's lots of problem with this. But the biggest thing is that each offer usually has its own separate promise, separate marketing, sales, and delivery system. So it gets a little complex and it keeps you stuck kind of spinning your wheels over and over again and feeling like you're just churning things. You're exhausted. So to simplify this, and I'll teach you this tomorrow when we introduce you to the authority selling method. But to simplify this, you want to lead with the biggest results you can get for people and solve their biggest problem. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. Most people are focused on solving broke people's problems. That's why broke people show up on your calls, because you're solving broke people's problems. I saw a lot of, I need to find the people who can afford to pay me. When I asked, what was your biggest block to high dollar sales? It's like, I need to find the people who can invest at a higher level or who can invest at all. And what I'm going to talk about today is going to help you to solve some of that problem. Anyway, you want to have one offer that has one core power message that you constantly and consistently put out. And then when people raise their hand and say they want to work with you, you've got these 3 ways or 3 levels of working with you. And it usually looks something like your private coaching or done for you, depending what kind of business that you have. You have a group or you have a leverage version, and then you'll have like either really fast, like intensive style or do-it-yourself version. All that is different levels of access to you. So we have one message, one way we help people, 3 levels of access to you. Your 3-tiered offer is only separated by one thing. I want to make sure you understand that. You do the same thing over and over again with every person. The only thing it's separated by is access to you. When you come into sales school with me, you learn how to generate leads and sales. We deal with some mindset stuff that gets in the way. It's the same stuff that I teach at my highest levels. The difference is in sales school, it's very, very leveraged, right? There's other coaches involved, all kinds of things. You get it dripped over time. Whereas with Play Big, we're like giving it to you hot and heavy and fast. And then in Next Level Authority, you just get way more access to me, right? We spend way more time together, my hands on your business in a concentrated amount of time. But I'm teaching the same concepts at every level, okay? So that's it. That's how you simplify this piece. You're not always creating something new. You're doing the same thing, just with different levels of access. The key here is that you're delivering the same promise of a result. My same promise of the result is more clients, right? Your next level of revenue. It is, turn your annual income into your monthly income. I've had clients do that in sales school. I've had them do it at Play Big. I've had them do it in Next Level Authority. On every level, those results have been able to be obtained. Access is what changes at every level. It's that simple, okay? This is how we're able to sell 3 times more using this one simple method. That's it. So if you're not getting clients right now, it's not that they don't exist or that you don't know where to find them or you got to find where they hang out or even that you have a money mindset issue. What's likely off is your messaging and your offer is not speaking to them. So what do you want to do? It's not so much about niching. It's more about being clear about what point in the journey are they on and speaking to the version of them that they aspire to be. You want to speak to the elevated version of your clients so you become undeniably relevant to those people who are ready and willing to invest. Listen, you're here because 100K months sounds incredible to you. Now, you may be far away from that, but you know that that's where you aspire to be. And there's something that you're missing along the way. You don't know how to get yourself there. That's why you're here, right? So speak to the highest version of your ideal clients, your prospective clients. Speak to the elevated version of them. Use language that attracts people who are already premeditating on buying, right? They're already preconditioned to taking action, and they're ready to take actions to change their circumstances, and they're ready to pay in full if need be. Not people who are still struggling and stuck in their mindset issues. You want to speak to the people who are ready for change, those who are ready to buy and willing to invest for their results. So today, I'm going to give you one of the most powerful messaging strategies that we teach inside of Sales School, which is one of my flagship programs. That is what we call results-based messaging. And results-based messaging speaks to the highest level clients. They're like, I'll have what he's having. I'll have what she's having. How do I pay? Right? I told you about my client who was at our retreat, and she just kind of posted herself on the beach and said, this is how I work all the time. And literally someone messaged her and bought a $25,000 program. So when you get this right, you will attract the most interested buyers, not freebie seekers. You'll be able to validate the thing that matters most. You got to validate your offer. We talked about that in phase 1. We want to make sure that you know that people want this thing and that you can sell it. And then you'll be able to quickly test and pivot when necessary without having to change everything, without having to change your landing pages, your websites, your funnels, and all the other things that you're doing. One, because we've simplified, but also what happens when you have to change all of those things is because you didn't know if people would actually buy the thing up front. Okay, but before I give you this strategy, this results-based marketing strategy, I want to give you some cash flow clarity. So we're going to jump into this really quickly. This is important because the strategy is going to work. It's going to be powerful. You're going to test it today, but I want you to get into cash clarity. And here's how we're going to get into cash clarity, because I want you to understand how hard or how easy it's going to be for you to get where you're trying to go. Okay, so what I want you to type in the chat right now is, how much are you charging now for your main program or your highest level program? So type that in chat. That's where we're going to start, or you can write it down. Okay, please don't type or write down what you hope to charge. It has to be a program that you've already sold or that you are currently selling. So don't be like, I have a 6-figure program. I haven't sold one yet, but I have it, so I'm going to write that down. No, I want you to write down what you already sold. All right. So what's the price point of your program? Total price point, not monthly. Total price point. So if a 12-month program and it's $200, what is that? It's $2,400. All right, good. I see those coming in. All right. So now, you're writing down what you're charging now. And now, how many clients per year, or how many clients does it take you to hit 100K? Now, some of you guys are trying to hit your first 100K in a year. Some of you guys are like, I want to do 100K months. I want to do 100K in 90 days. I want to do 100K faster than I've ever done before. So all we want to know is how many of those clients is it going to take you to hit 100K? And so you're going to divide $100,000 by your price point. Divide $100,000 by your price point and tell me, how many clients is it going to take for you to get there? How many clients is it going to take for you to hit $100,000? I see 10. I see 25. I see a 500. I see 40. I see 20. I see 57. And Jeannie says, that's a lot. Exactly. I see 5. I see 4. 77. Okay. So those of you guys who have like 50 or more, even those of you who are pushing 40, like if you have 20 clients in a year, you can see yourself like, oh, I can see myself getting 20 clients in a year, right? That's about 3 clients a month, roughly. 2 clients. I don't know. I can't do my math right now. But when you get to like 50 to 100, that's about 5 clients a month. Like 50 you could probably do, right? But you have to remember those are 5 clients that you have to bring in, onboard, plus deliver to your other clients, plus do sales calls, plus market your business, which is why people see cash flow dips, ups and downs. They market to get the clients, then they're so busy serving the clients, they don't have time to market. Then they market to get the clients. It's like up and down, and then they don't have cash during their marketing phases because you have to do all those things at the same time. And they can't do it at the same time. You want that number to be like, when you look at it, oh, that's so doable. I could do that like yesterday. You want to go in with that kind of energy, like, that is so doable. So for those of you who have 17, 20, 10, 5 clients over the time frame or the next year, right? That's a small number. Like 17 to 20 is like 2 clients a month. But when you start hitting 50, 60, 70, 100, you already have subconscious chatter that comes in, especially if you've not done that before. And if you're hitting that 70, 60s, need 100 clients, you're probably in a position where you won't be able to do all the 3 things that have to happen at the same time. Remember, you have to market and generate leads, right? Find prospects. You have to sell and do sales calls or whatever you do to bring people into your programs. And you also have to deliver to the current clients that you have. When these things aren't being done at the same time, something or everything ends up suffering. The main thing that suffers is your income. That's why you want this cash clarity. What you want to be seeing and witnessing is, or what you may be seeing and witnessing right now or feeling is, oh, shoot, like Jeannie said, that's a lot. I need to maybe raise my rates. Maybe I need to double it or raise it by 5,000. I had a client who came to me last year, the last quarter of the year, and she's like, I want to make X amount of dollars because I want to buy a house. I need the cash by this time. So how do I do that? And I was like, you got to raise your rates. And at the time she was charging like $15,000. Her first question out of her mouth was like, how do I do that? How do I raise my rates and then find the people that will buy? So she decided to raise her rates to $30,000. I said, don't worry about how you find the people. You just have to be resolute and resolved and decide that this is what you're going to charge. It's no less. I'm not taking anybody on for less than that. Literally, she celebrated 3 6-figure months back to back to back. She brought in like 10 clients into that program. She's now selling that same program. She was charging $15,000 for a year. She went to $30,000 for 90 days. She's now selling that same exact program for $40,000, and people are showing up. Another client was charging $2,500 for a 12-week program. And I was like, boo, you're too good at what you do to be charging $2,500 for a 12-week program. So we doubled it. She's now selling it for $5,000. And she, in the first quarter of this year, celebrated her first 6-figure quarter. And then within the following month after that, she had her first 6-figure week. This pricing and cash flow clarity is so important. You get to choose how hard you want to work. You get to choose how hard it gets to be. And cash flow clarity is where it starts. Cash flow clarity is where it starts. All right. So you got your cash flow clarity. Some of you got some decisions that you need to make. Now let's talk about this results-based marketing. Results-based marketing messages. We call them in my community POW. POW. Proof of work. That's what POW stands for. We do POW posts. We have POW pages. Proof of work. Here's the deal. Results sell, period. So here's the strategy I'm teaching you today. We call it proof of work, POW. There's different types of POW posts. There's celebration, there's brag, there's client success. We can use screenshots, case studies, to name a few of them. There's lots of them. And you might be thinking to yourself, okay, what if I don't have $1 million results or big results, Shamika? It's about the journey, right? It's about the journey. Let's say you help people pay off debt. Then what happens is you celebrate the journey. Every time they pay off a debt, you're celebrating that. Another client paid off a debt, even if it's the same client, right? It's also your journey of doing your own work. Your journey and your results also constitute proof of work, because what we're doing is we're sharing your authority and your expertise. I get results. The other thing we're showing is people actually pay me the dollar amount that I'm asking, because every time you celebrate a new client, you're like, oh, there was another client who paid her $40,000. They're not thinking that consciously, but subconsciously. Then people no longer question you about your results or about your prices. Okay. So it's about the journey along the way, not just the big successes. Don't discount how you help people with mindset along the way, even though you may be a person who helps them to create a money result. Don't discount the growth in other areas, right? You'll see me do multiple case studies with clients and multiple celebrations of the same client's results as they move along the journey. I'll celebrate their first 5-figure sale. I'll celebrate their first 100K month. I'll celebrate them crossing the $1 million mark. I'll celebrate all of those things. I'll celebrate them thinking differently and repositioning themselves. I'll celebrate them buying homes. I'll celebrate them all the things that they're doing, right? Getting published in magazines or writing their books. Listen, this is super powerful because it lets people, the people who are watching you, the potential clients, have a Me Too moment where they see themselves in the people that you're celebrating through these proof of work posts, or even in you when you reveal what's going on with you on your journey. Because oftentimes we show up and we position ourselves as though we don't go through it anymore, right? We've arrived, and so everything in our life is perfect. And because of that, people can't relate to you. What if you revealed how you even still are growing to the next level and the next level with the thing that you support people with? All right. So in a minute, I'm going to break this down for you. And it's so super powerful. It's a super powerful way to find and call in your next level clients. Right. And I know you're probably wondering, okay, so what do I do with this when people start to be called in? What do I say to invite them to a sales call? Who do I reach out to? Where am I going to find the people? No worries. I got you on that. I'm going to show you how to do that tomorrow. Okay. Today is just about grabbing their attention. So you want to elevate your language and your messaging so you attract premium clients. So you elevate the language, right? These people who are ready to buy in the moment, the questions that are in the top of their head, the high-level clients who are ready to buy, they're thinking, who's the best? What results have they gotten? Are they an expert? What's the investment? What's their methodology, or how do they get results? Will this work for me? Because they have money in hand. They're looking for the right person. They're not looking for you to convince them that you have a thing that will work. They want these questions answered. And proof of work, POW post, addresses all of those questions. Your proof of work post, when done correctly, will call in these highest level clients. And that's why in my camp, we lead with proof of work posts. The majority of our marketing is handled by doing these types of posts. You want your messaging and your marketing to speak to buyers, not spending time convincing folks that you have what they need. Right? My content and my marketing speaks to people who are ready to buy now, and yet it still serves those who are getting ready. But it's focused on those who are ready now. I will see you guys to share with you what is working now to bring in the highest level of clients, your high-end clients who are ready to pay, willing to pay for the result and the transformation that you provide. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment. Like right now. I'm not gonna stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously, leave a comment.